Hi, I'm Andrea, and we're in my little kitchen today, and we're going to make semi-homemade spaghetti sauce with garlic bread. I start my sauce with a combination of ground pork and hamburger meat. Now, if you can skip the pork if you'd like, but I find that it really adds a good flavor to any sauce. Today I'm using a jarred sauce, and I will be adding some extra ingredients for flavor. I like to add black olives, sliced of course, with some sliced mushrooms, and also a sauteed onion in with the meat. I also add 1 8-ounce can of diced tomatoes, pretty much any flavor, but today we're using fire roasted tomatoes, and of course a can of tomato paste. Because I prefer my sauce a bit on the spicy side, I always add in some chili powder with some crushed red pepper. So that's it. That's pretty much all the ingredients that I use. Of course, I love angel hair pasta, but you can use any pasta you want. Macaroni noodles, thin spaghetti, thick spaghetti, linguine, whichever you prefer. It's an ongoing thing in my family because my boyfriend likes the thick spaghetti noodles, but I like the angel hair pasta, so that's what we're using today. It's my show. And of course, if you don't like spicy sauce, then please don't add in the crushed red peppers or the chili powder. Just leave it out. Alright, so here I have my ground pork and my beef, and I browned that up. To that I added 1 chopped onion, and I've cooked it for about 2 to 3 minutes until the onions start to get a little bit caramelized, and you can see they're kind of translucent. To that I'm going to add my sliced olives and mushrooms straight into the meat. And I bought an 8-ounce package of mushrooms, but I only added about half. Once the mushrooms have gotten brown and the olives have started to cook through, as you can see here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in some extra seasoning. We're going to put in about a teaspoon of chili powder, about half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper, 1 teaspoon of garlic salt, and 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Now we just go ahead and we add these ingredients straight into our meat and mushrooms and olives. Just put them right in there and stir them around. And the meat's pretty much done. You just have to stir the seasoning around a little bit and let it cook for another couple minutes until it's browned through. Alright, so after my meat was browned up and I added my seasonings in, I went ahead and I incorporated my jarred tomato sauce, or my jarred pasta sauce, my can of fire roasted tomatoes with garlic seasoning, and a can of tomato paste. I've stirred it all up, and it was a little bit thick, so what I'll do is I'll take about 1/3 cup of water and I put it inside the jar and I shake it up, get all the loose bits off the jar, and then I pour the water into my sauce so that you add a little bit of moisture into it. And then this is going to cook probably for about another half an hour. Alright, so here I have my noodles boiling, and I just wanted to say the best way to cook noodles, in my opinion, is to cook them kind of al dente. So there's always going to be instructions on the back of the package. I guarantee if you follow them, you can't mess them up. These are angel hair pasta noodles. I bring the water to a boil with some olive oil and salt in there, add my noodles, cook about 5 to 6 minutes, and then take them out and drain them. And I rinse mine with cold water because you're going to add them into the sauce, and that way they'll absorb some of the sauce and they won't get overcooked. Alright, so now we're going to make the garlic bread. What I like to use is this minced garlic in the jar, best stuff on the planet. You mix about a teaspoon of that with about a cup of butter for a whole loaf. You just take the butter, slather it on there, don't be shy. We all know we love butter. So I go ahead and I just slather it on there like this. Once we get it all on there, I take some real cheese. You can use grated Parmesan cheese that you buy in a container. I like to use the real stuff because it really makes a good bubbly bread. Sprinkle it all over. Obviously, this is not low calorie. You can go ahead and put a little less if you'd like. Alright, so once you've got the cheese and the butter all on there, I always put a little paprika. Just a little bit. You don't need a whole lot of that. Just sprinkle some on there like so. And some Italian seasoning. Sprinkle that on there like so. No measuring, just eyeball it. And then I buy some garlic and herb. McCormick's makes good, all kinds of different stuff. Just pick one that you like. Sprinkle that on there. And at this point in time, the bread's ready to go in the oven. Bake it on 350 for about 5 to 7 minutes until it's golden brown to where you like it. Alright, so my spaghetti is ready to eat. My bread is ready to eat. We have our spaghetti sauce mixed in with our noodles. That's just personal preference. I think it works better that way. There's quite a bit of it here. We're not going to be able to eat it all tonight. I can freeze whatever I have left over and have it again in 5 or 6 days. No cooking on one night. Great. And here's my bread. Nice and golden brown. Smells wonderful. Nice and crispy. Serve and enjoy. Bon appetit.